Hey YouTube, hi Radical here. Wanted to come on here and share with you my review of the Golden Compass. Yes, I saw it like 2 days ago when it first came out. I usually when I go to the theaters I take someone with me. There's a few movies that I think I just want to go to see myself, see what they were about. I haven't read any of Philip Pullman's books, his Dark Materials series. I'm here on his website, and I'm going to make some observations about the overall theme of the movie, and some of the sub-themes, and also put that in context of some things that I'm aware of. So, but first off, to start off with, I'm going to read this excerpt from excuse me, Philip Pullman's philip-pullman.com's website. He has a couple paragraphs here on religion. It's on the subheading About the World, and something religion, and this is what he says. So, some of the articles and talks I've written are to do with the subject of religion, which I think is a very interesting one. The religious impulse, which includes the sense of awe and mystery we feel when we look at the universe, is to find a meaning and a purpose in our lives. Our sense of moral kinship with other human beings is being human, and I value it. I'd be a damn fool not to. But organized religion is quite another thing. The trouble is that all too often in human history, churches and priesthoods have set themselves up to rule people's lives in the name of some invisible God. And he puts this in parentheses. He says, and they're all invisible because they don't exist. And done terrible damage. In the name of they have burned, hanged, tortured, maimed, robbed, violated, and enslaved millions of their fellow creatures, and done so with the happy conviction that they were doing the will of God, and they would go to heaven for it. That is the religion I hate, and I'm happy to be known as its enemy. From time to time, I have a new thought on the subject. When I come up with something worth writing down, I'll put it here. As I watch the movie, and again, I haven't read the books as of yet, it's kind of interesting. I know he's made comments in the past about how he despises the Chronicles of Narnia, C.S. Lewis's works. But I think it's especially interesting in the context of a Latter-day Saint, of a Mormon, because, you look at just the basics of it. Like you said here about throughout history, talks about all the terrible damage done in the name of God. If you look at the Book of Mormon, one of the primary themes of the Book of Mormon is the danger of priestcraft. Priestcraft being when somebody takes and uses religion or God as a reason to obtain, either worldly wealth or power or influence or praise of others. At one point in the Book of Mormon, it talks about how if priestcraft were to be enforced by the sword, it would prove the utter destruction of civilization that it's referring to. And it would prove the destruction of any civilization. In fact, that's what ends up happening in the Book of Mormon, is that a type of religion ends up gaining power and attempts to wield that power by the sword and ends up destroying the civilization in the Book of Mormon. Nephites end up down, and the other civilization ends up being knocked into the equivalent of the Dark Age, into chaos. So that's interesting. Another interesting point too is the concept of the alethiometer or the Golden Compass. It would almost seem as though Philip Pullman, I realize the compass is a common thing. How, it helps people orient themselves. It's enabled navigation that otherwise would require added skill. Because I guess there were some Norsemen or Scandinavian that were able to learn the patterns of the waves and stuff, and could actually. But anyway, aside from that fact, the concept of compass is a pretty common one. But if you look at the the Book of Mormon, at the very outset, it has something called the Liahona. And the Liahona looks like a kind of golden compass. I thought it was interesting, though, because the golden compass in the movie The Golden Compass can be destroyed. It clearly, stated initially that, so the last alethiometer remaining, the last golden compass, because the magisterium, or as it's set up in the books, the church, had destroyed them all. This is also really interesting because it falls in line with LDS or Mormon view of the world, that times of apostasy have come, and the powers that both caused the apostasy and that impose their power over the people in the name of God have a distinct mission to allow and destroy people's moral compasses. And you look at how it's almost as if Pullman was pulling right from Joseph Smith, which is kind of interesting thought. But